Welcome to Crepe Myrtle Row. My name is Lisa. Today we're going to tour my living room decorated for Christmas. So let's just get started. Start here at my entertainment center, and here is my collection of ceramic Christmas trees and some vintage snowmen and Santas. And that one right there is the one that I just did a video on showing you how I repainted it. It was one that was not glazed, and when I bought it, it was not a very nice paint job on it, so I redone that. And I have a video showing how I did that step by step. And here are just some others. My mom painted that snowman with the lights in them. And then I have these little ones here. I have two of those. Those are some more that I painted. I had those things for years, just put up and never done anything with them. I finally ordered the little light kit for them and painted them up. So that was the other one that was like that. And my mom painted that Santa. And I've mentioned this many times before that I used to work for a company locally that we painted pecan resin pieces and sold them all over the United States. And that's one of them there. But my mom would paint them too, so I would get some and she would paint some and I would paint some. A lot of the pieces I have are the ones she painted, because most of what I painted was sold in the shops and stuff. But love that piece. And then that's a ceramic Santa there. It's actually a cookie jar, but we glued him shut so he doesn't come apart, and I just use him there. And a lot of times I'll have the little cotton sticking up so it looks like the smoke from his cup there. Forgot to do it this year. It got kind of smushed. Just some various things there. And stay tuned to the end. I will have a video of it at night so you can see, like, these light up, the little tree lights up and stuff. And that's just some YouTube TV frame art that you can find all kinds of pieces, so it looks like an actual frame around it, but it's just the screen on the TV. And there's so many different ones to choose from. So I like using those, or the actual, animated videos that have music and stuff like that. And here's some of my little vintage collections of girls. Love that one. Found it for $1 at an estate sale. And I think online that thing goes for like $75 or more. It's crazy. The little elves. And then over here I just have, that's one of those battery operated luminar lights. That's pretty at night. This is a recent thrift find that I had, and another one of those Santas down there. That's the pecan resin. I went through a phase for a while there. I had a bunch of pieces that I had never painted, and then there was this kind of farmhouse, vintage look that everybody was doing. It was real neutral, so I just got them out and dry brushed them white and some silver. So there's another one I kind of done that way. But I think actually before next year comes, I'm going to take the time to paint the details in normal paint on that one and the other one. That was one that I bought like that, and that was my inspiration, to go with that style back then. But yeah, I think now I actually want to put color to them, kind of over that neutral look. That's just a sign there. And that was from Hobby Lobby last year, and I just painted it up. It was black and I painted it up to go more with my colors. And then here's my tree. And this year I had to kind of be selective of how I did my tree because I didn't want to have anything on here that my grandson could reach that was going to be breakable. You know, his favorite thing to do is walk up and smack that little ball and watch it spin around. So he's 18 months, y'all. So he likes to play with the stuff on the tree. So I had to be very selective. I change this up every year, but this year I just tried to go through what decor I had and bring out what I knew wouldn't hurt. So the only thing I bought really new this year, other than some thrifted things, was this kind of lamb's ear garland. And it's not really a Christmas decor, but I made it into a Christmas decor just to help fill in. And I love the colors, that and the eucalyptus, because, I mean, as you see, my walls are that color. So I just had some of these little houses that look like the little putz houses. And I had shown these little angels in a thrift haul recently. Now these are glass, but that's up a little bit taller than he can reach. And I love them because, again, they're the colors of my walls in here. And just, I like to stick things, have them sticking out of the tree, and then hanging ornaments off of those to just give it different dimensions and stuff. And these icicles are some that I thrifted, but I have some very, very similar you will see on my mantle that my grandmother made. And just stuck the snowman up there this year because I was kind of running out of things I wanted to do on this. I've done it in such a country farmhouse look for years, and that's, you know, why you see a lot of the poinsettias and the more greenery stuff like that. And I didn't want to have to go out and buy new things. So I found him, and I had him on another tree last year, but I like him here. Don't know if that's what I'll put next year or what I'll do, but I would really love to have this tree full of all vintage, shiny, bright, and stuff like that. But until my grandson's older, can't do that. I did buy this one new this year because if you follow my channel, you know that I got me a little small 6x8 greenhouse out in my backyard this year. I absolutely love it. So when I saw the little ornament, I had to get that because it reminded me of my little tiny greenhouse. And then for the base is just a vintage wooden crate. And then there's a vintage blow mold Santa. And this little guy was one that my mom had, and my daughter, when she was a little girl, she absolutely loved him every Christmas. And one year she had a fit because we were putting Christmas away, and she did not want us taking Santa and putting him up, so she laid down on top of that Santa for almost 3 hours while we put all the Christmas decorations up, because she did not want him being put up. And we have just a little nativity there. Let me back up and give you a big view of it. I'll start up here. I repainted these ornaments. They were just some of them plastic shiny gold ones, and I love the details to them, so I just kept doing all kinds of paint techniques until I got it like I wanted it. And then these are the ones that my grandmother made. And I just got all kinds of icicles hanging down through there. It looks really pretty at night, all the different colors shining on them. I made that wreath there. I do have a video showing how to do that. And these pieces up here were painted by my mom. The two pictures on the ends, I did those. I'm pretty sure I still have a video of those on my channel somewhere. I'll try to find links to all these videos and put them in the description box below. But it was real simple. That was just a tin, you know, the lid off of a tin box. And I found a frame, thrifted a frame that would fit, put some scrapbook paper in the background and just made it that way. Like I said, my mom painted those, and then she painted the Mr. and Mrs. Santa. Right there is the little fireplace she gave me one time. It's just supposed to look like a little fire going on, and it was perfect to put behind them. Now I have the stove. It's like a ceramic potbelly stove that goes with this set, but it's too tall. It hits the ceiling there because it has the little stove pipe. It goes up, and it's too tall when I use it here. So when she gave me that little fireplace, I was like, well, that's perfect to use instead of the fireplace or the little stove it came with. And there's another one of those pictures using the tin and some frames. And then this nativity, I thrifted one time. My daughter and her husband, they were in the military, or he was, and they were stationed out in Kansas at one point. And I went to visit. I actually drove out there, and I'm so glad I drove that time and not flying because I was able to find this in a thrift store for $15. And I absolutely love this thing. Now, if you watched my video from last year's tour, there's a totally different set on here, and it was one made out of that resin pieces that I actually painted. But I love this one. Love the colors in that one. And I know those colors don't really go with those colors, but I don't care. I like it that much. Here's another little nativity piece. And this shelf here is all pieces with the exception of these three snowmen. Those are vintage home interiors. And by the way, I have a set of those still new in the box on my Etsy shop. So if you are looking for something like that, go to my Etsy store. I have a code called YouTube20 and you'll get 20% off. All of that information's in the description box below. But my mom painted that one. And then these are a mixture of my painting, my mom's painting. I have some things down below my grandmother painted, but those are all those resin pieces. I think that's ceramic right there, but the rest of them are resin. My grandmother painted that one. And then we had it, she painted the little snowman, it's ceramic. Have that there. And then we'll come around here. I thrifted these two paintings. I have one on each side of the window earlier in the year, and I just thought the details was so good on those. Love them. And I'm sorry, the sun's kind of bright out there, so I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see these old world Santas that my mom painted down there. I'll try to zoom in a little better. But I hung these clear snowflakes up, just using those clear little small command pieces. And on video, you can't really tell it, but in person, the sun hits them and it just sparkles, and a lot of times it'll be like sparkling across the room. But if the sun's not shining, you forget they're there because they just kind of blend in with the background. So who knows how long they'll be there before I'll, remember they're there. I'm bad about that. I put up Christmas decor and then I'll find some little something like that that I forgot all about. And then these, there we go, that helps a little bit. These are just some old world top Santas that my mom painted, and like I said, I painted, she painted. I painted so many things, y'all, when I was working for that shop. I don't even remember all that I done, because I was constantly painting, and it wouldn't be just one. I'd have like 10, 15 of those to do at a time. Here's the other one of those paintings that I found that I just loved, and these were hand painted. Just thought the details was so amazing. And I don't have them framed because they actually painted all around the edges, so you didn't have to frame them. It's completed around on all four sides. And then this was a piece that I thrifted, and I loved it. You know, it's that's metal, and it's raised up. And this side of the room, this is where I sit on this side of the room. And this is my end table, and I thrifted that painting recently. And then I just have different little vintage pieces here. Love that Kissing Angels there. It's another piece down there my grandmother painted. And then that little piece my mom gave me that she had for years, and it does play "Oh Holy Night" the entire song, so I'm not going to hit it. But here's just a candle, and I thrifted this little topper recently and just stuck it there because it was the only room I had a candle like that in here. And then this is a wax warmer. Love it. And like I just usually have magazines here, a drink, my iPad, something like that. And I did a video on creating this piece. Went to my friend Kim from My Feathered Nest. Went to her house for a Friendsgiving tea, and then we did a craft afterwards. So created that out of pieces of jewelry. And this is just more of like my gallery wall, I guess you could say. And that's a thrifted picture there, and I absolutely loved it because the little picture makes me think of my grandson, because he has extremely curly hair, blonde hair, blue-eyed, and I just love that. And then I've shared this picture before. I thrifted the frame. I bought the picture off of Etsy. It was one of the downloadable prints that you could print on any size you wanted, and just had it printed out at like Office Max in like poster size, whatever. I think that's like 17 by 24 or something like that. But I want y'all to watch this deer. See, he looks like he's looking straight on, but as you move, it appears that he moves. When I first put this out, I mean, it looks like he turns his head and follows you around the room. The first time I put it out, that my husband noticed that, so now it's kind of funny. It's like he's keeping an eye on us for the Christmas holidays. But that is this room. I very rarely show y'all all the way up here. I have a piece like these vintage corbels on the sides. I have a piece that will go in the middle here that I'm hoping I can get my husband over the holidays while he's off work to mount there, because it kind of has this curve on the ends and then it dips down in the middle and then goes out. So hopefully we can add that piece up there. But that is my Christmas tour of my living room for 2024, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. One thing I didn't mention, you know, that is a very skinny tree. I know a lot of people like big trees, but as you can see, this is the pathway to go up into my kitchen from our living room. So all the years that I had a bigger tree, it would come all the way out to like right here, and you'd have to walk around it, and so many things would get knocked off of it. And I like the looks of the skinny trees anyhow. So I found that one, and I absolutely love it. And when I have presents to wrap and all, I just put them somewhere else in the house. I don't worry about trying to have presents under the tree here. I hope y'all have a very Merry Christmas, and never forget the reason for the season is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Let's always put him first. We can enjoy all this Christmas stuff, but let's always remember why we're celebrating this time of year. Y'all have a very blessed day. Bye.